In January 2025, at Gimhae Airport in Busan, an Air Busan plane with 176 people on board was getting ready to fly to Hong Kong. Suddenly, smoke and flames came from an overhead bin near row 28. A power bank inside a passenger's carry-on bag had caught fire. Panic spread. Passengers saw the fire growing. Flight attendants rushed in, alarms went off, and crackling sounds filled the cabin. The crew quickly started an emergency evacuation. All 169 passengers, 6 crew members, and a maintenance worker escaped using the emergency slides. Firefighters arrived fast and put out the flames. 7 people had minor injuries, some from smoke inhalation. But the scariest part? If this had happened mid-air, it could have been much worse. Now airlines are being extra strict. But here's the surprising thing. There are no new power bank rules in 2025. That's right, nothing officially changed. But after that fire, airlines, security, and flight crews are more cautious than ever. If you're traveling with a power bank, make sure you follow the rules, because this time, they're not taking any chances. Never pack power banks in checked luggage. No excuses. If one catches fire in the cargo hold, no one can stop it. Power banks under 100 watt-hours, usually under 20,000 mAh, are allowed. Between 100 and 160 watt-hours, about 20,000 to 32,000 mAh, you need airline approval. Over 160 watt-hours, not allowed. Trying to sneak it into checked luggage? Security will find it, and you might lose your power bank, or even your bag. These aren't just rules, they're for safety. The Air Busan fire was a warning, and airlines are making sure it doesn't happen again. Don't be the next viral flight disaster. Let's be honest, overhead bins are like the VIP lounge of airplanes now, and everyone's rushing to grab a spot. Airlines are getting stricter about who gets to use them, and sometimes space is reserved based on your ticket class. If you're not prepared, you might end up gate-checking your bag and watching it disappear down the conveyor belt. Here's how it works. Flying basic economy? Watch out. Some airlines, like United or American, won't let you use the overhead bins. Everything has to fit under the seat in front of you. Budget airlines like Spirit? They'll let you use the bin, but only if you're willing to pay extra for it. Don't forget about your boarding group. If you board late, finding bin space is like searching for a parking spot on Black Friday. Full flights and smaller planes make it even harder. So, getting on early can save you a lot of stress and ensure your bag stays close. Want to skip the bin drama? Bring a smaller bag that fits under the seat. It's a game changer if you have fragile items or anything you don't want to let go of. No fighting, no fees, no worries. Duty-free shopping sounds fun. Who doesn't love getting premium liquor or fancy perfume at a discount? But if you're not careful, those duty-free items can become a headache at the airport. Even if your items are in official stamped bags, security might still stop you because of the 100 milliliter liquid rule, especially during connecting flights. To avoid surprises, plan ahead. Don't open your duty-free bag until you're fully out of the airport. Also, remember that duty-free items count toward your carry-on weight limit. If your bag is already full, you could face extra fees or have to gate check it. Different countries have strict rules about duty-free limits on alcohol, tobacco, or specialty foods. Exceeding these limits could lead to fines or confiscation. Always check the regulations for your destination. Flying through multiple airports? Shop at the duty-free store in your final departure airport to avoid extra security checks. And don't forget to keep your receipt. It's your proof of purchase if there's any confusion. Got smart luggage? Cool, but here's the deal. If the built-in battery can't be removed, your bag stays behind. Airlines require removable batteries for safety reasons, and that rule applies whether you're carrying on or checking your bag. Lithium batteries pose a risk in the cargo hold, so they must travel with you in the cabin. GPS trackers are usually allowed if they're not powered by a fixed lithium battery. USB charging ports and electronic locks? All good, as long as the battery is removable. Before heading to the airport, make sure your bag is airline approved. If you're shopping for a new one, choose a smart bag with a removable battery. It's a small step that can save you major headaches later. Imagine this. You're at the security checkpoint, feeling confident until the agent asks you to power on your laptop. You press the button, and nothing. It's dead. And so are your chances of bringing it on the plane. Airlines are stricter than ever with dead electronics, all because of concerns over faulty batteries. Keep everything charged and ready to prove it works. If your device can't turn on when security asks, you're not getting it through. Charge up everything before you leave for the airport and pack a charging cable in your personal bag just in case you need to charge it at a station or during the flight. Also, while you're at it, check your airline's specific rules for batteries. Policies can vary, and being prepared is way better than scrambling at the gate. Here's some good news. The dreaded 311 liquid rule is finally starting to fade at some airports. Thanks to new scanning technology, those tiny travel-sized bottles might soon be a thing of the past. This isn't happening everywhere. Airports in the UK, EU, and parts of Asia are leading the change, but many US airports and smaller hubs are still sticking to the old rules like it's 2006. So what's the 311 rule? It's simple but annoying. Each container of liquid, gel, or aerosol must be 3.4 ounces or less. Everything has to fit in a single quart-sized clear plastic bag. And yes, you only get one bag per passenger. The size limit applies to the container itself, not how much liquid is inside. So, a half-full bottle that's bigger than 100 milliliters are still a no-go. The only exceptions are duty-free purchases or essentials like medications and baby formula. Some airports are dropping the rule, but it's not universal. To avoid any drama, stick with small, travel-sized bottles packed in a clear, easy-to-grab pouch. Even if your departure airport is relaxed about liquids, there's no guarantee your connecting airport will be. Let's talk personal items. Your bag, whether it's a backpack, laptop case, or purse, has one job: fit neatly under the seat in front of you. Most airlines limit the size to 18 by 14 by 8 inches, but smaller planes or budget airlines might be stricter. A couple of inches can be the difference between a smooth flight and a gate check fee. Most airlines only allow one personal item per passenger, so if you're carrying both a purse and a laptop case, you'll need to combine them or leave one behind. Some airlines also set weight limits for personal items, usually around 5 to 7 kilograms. Don't overload it unless you're prepared for a showdown at check-in. Duty-free goods are also exempt, as long as they're sealed in official tamper-evident bags with a receipt. But some airlines might still have size or weight rules for these. Small items like cameras or umbrellas often get a pass too, as long as they fit under the seat. Always double-check the airline's policy to avoid last-minute surprises. Choose a bag with plenty of compartments to keep your essentials: passport, snacks, electronics, organized and easy to grab. It makes boarding and security much easier. Think any carry-on will work? Not quite. Choosing the right bag is key to a smooth trip. Here's the deal. Most US airlines have a size limit of 22 by 14 by 9 inches, including handles and wheels. But in Europe, it's a whole different story. Each airline has its own size rules, so always check the specific requirements for every airline you fly with. Europe is still working on standardizing carry-on sizes, and the suggested limit is 55 by 40 by 20 centimeters. Until those rules are set, it's safest to double-check the requirements and pack accordingly to avoid any last-minute hassles. Ever been that person at security, scrambling through your bag while everyone stares at you? Don't be that person. Look for a carry-on with built-in organizers, expandable pockets, and a place for your laptop. Designer bags might look cool, but unless they come with a first-class upgrade, they're just extra hassle. Here's a heads up: about 60% of carry-ons on the market right now might not meet the new rules for 2025. Even if it says airline compliant, double-check the dimensions. Better safe than sorry, right? Pack for the pickiest airline on your trip. A little research now means no headaches later. Why deal with last-minute gate drama when you can breeze through security like a pro? When it comes to carry-ons, size is just half the battle. Weight? That's where things get tricky. Most airlines limit carry-on weight to 8 to 10 kilograms, but enforcement can vary. In North America, you're usually fine as long as you can lift your bag into the overhead bin without struggling. But with budget airlines in Europe and Asia, it's a different story. They might weigh your bag at check-in or even at the gate. Airline policies vary, so always check the weight limit before you pack. Flying business or first class? You might get a bit more leeway, but don't get fooled. If the flight's full, even premium passengers have to follow the rules. Go over the limit, and you could face fees that turn your trip into a financial penalty instead of a vacation. Sometimes that's up to $100 per bag. If your luggage is overstuffed, whether it's a carry-on or checked bag, it's time to rethink your packing. Wear your heaviest items, jackets, boots, etc., on the plane. It won't win you fashion points, but you'll avoid those weight fees and stay warm when the AC kicks in. Get a small luggage scale. Weigh your bag at home to avoid unpacking in front of a long line of annoyed travelers at the airport. Trust me, nobody wants to be that person. Long flights can be tough, but if you pack the right stuff, it makes all the difference. Let me walk you through what to bring to stay comfortable, rested, and maybe even enjoy the journey. First up, a travel pillow, but not just any pillow. You need one of those head and neck stabilizers. This attaches to your seat, keeps your head from bobbing around, and even has a built-in blackout eye mask. It's a game changer for sleeping on the plane, blocking out lights and keeping you comfy. Next, bring lightly shaded sunglasses. At 30,000 feet, the sunlight through the windows can be brutal. These save your eyes from straining when everyone's got their shades up. Now, get yourself a foot hammock. If you've never used one, it's a lifesaver on long flights. You hook it to the tray table, rest your feet, and suddenly it feels like you're in business class. No swelling, no fatigue. It's seriously underrated. Of course, noise-canceling headphones are a must. Block out that engine drone, crying babies, or just the general chaos. Whether you're watching a movie, listening to music, or just enjoying the silence, these are essential. Don't forget an ultra-slim charger. You never know if the airplane plug will be in a weird spot or if it's too loose for a bulky charger. This one fits anywhere and keeps your devices powered up. Finally, bring snacks. Airplane food is hit or miss, and airport food is crazy expensive. Protein bars, nuts, or anything that keeps you going without getting hangry halfway through the flight. That's it. Simple but effective. Pack these essentials and you'll cruise through your flight like a pro, feeling fresh, rested, and ready to hit the ground running when you land. Airline rules are changing, but now you're ready to outsmart them. If this helped, don't forget to like, comment, and share with your fellow travelers. Got a packing hack or a travel nightmare? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear. Safe travels and see you in the next one.